Alright, what's going on, guys? Just thought I'd bring you here and show you I've bought a new bike. So this is it. It's a 2006 Suzuki V-Strom650. It's awesome, I love it. So I basically wanted to change from the GSXR, something a bit different to the Super Sport that I've had for the last 3 years. I wanted something a bit more comfortable, a bit more upright. And looked at a few bikes. I was interested in looking at a few bikes before I bought this. I actually wanted to look at the VFR 800s, but the two that I wanted to look at both sold before I went to view them on the weekend. And then just happened to stumble across this one on Facebook, and ended up being a good price, a really good buy. And as you can see, it's pretty tidy. So it's a nice blue colour. Like the dual headlights, very minimal damage to the bike. There's only a couple of scratches on the other side, which I'll show you. As far as mods go, it's got the top box. It's got Michelin Anarchy tyres, a stain tune pipe. You see the little scuff mark there. On this side, it's got a aftermarket chain, gold chain. But this is the damage I was talking about. So it's got a custom shorty lever for the clutch. And yeah, it's got a couple of little scratches and stuff here. So I'd say the bike's at one point fallen over. It's obviously snapped off the end of the clutch lever. There's no bar ends. That's such a nice bike, so nice to ride, so comfortable. Start her up so you can have a look. Start her up so you can hear the pipe as well. So she's got a good sound, not too loud. Really nice sound. Just to slip on. That's all it really needs. It's got plenty of power. Hasn't got the same power as my old GSXR, but it's still very nice. Like 5th gear, 6th gear. One day open the throttle, you're doing 140, 150 before you know it, so definitely has adequate power. But the best part is the seat's really comfy, the pillion seat's nice and big. This acts as a bit of a backrest for the pillion as well, so when the wife actually gets on the back and we go for a ride, I'm sure that'll be heaps more comfortable. It's got big grab handles there as well. So pretty much everything I wanted from a bike, this is pretty much it. And I've got a few ideas for mods that I want to do later on down the track, but for now I'm just riding it and enjoying it. So that's her, I love it. I'm not going to do anything on the outside, I'm going to leave all the lights, leave the guard. All the mods I want to do are like things like the bash plate and engine crash bars. I'll probably change the pegs to the Suzuki Adventure ones. Maybe some knobbly tyres eventually. Alright, so let's jump on, we'll take it for a bit of a ride. Seating position's very upright. You almost sit bolt upright actually. It's super comfortable. Now, I guess the question everyone's going to ask is, why did I sell the GSXR? Well, I started a new job earlier this year. I'm now a postman, and unfortunately a downside to being a postman is you tend to have issues with your knees. My left knee isn't the best anymore. It's generally quite sore through the day, and every time I jump on my bike to go for a bit of a ride and have a bit of fun, I just end up in a bit of pain. So I wasn't enjoying riding it, and toward the end, like, I didn't even put rego on the bike for a while because I wasn't riding it. I just thought, what's the point? I'm not going to put rego on it to have to sit there and not ride it. So I ummed and ahed about selling it, and I went into work one day and said to the guys, you know, I'm going to sell my bike, you know, anyone that's interested, and one of the guys from work actually bought it. So it's still a local bike, I'll still see it around, of course. I know that he's going to take really good care of it. So I was happy it went to a good home. So that's pretty much the reason why I sold it. So it's a bit of a shame, you know, I do miss it. But I've got something that I think is equally as fun when there's only so much you can accelerate. And this has got a good mix of power, handles really well. Like, I'm very, very surprised at how it handles. Being a 220 odd kilo bike, and obviously being a lot taller, I thought it would handle, I thought it would be very top heavy, but it's actually quite neutral. Turns in easy. As you can see, it's got plenty of power, getting up the hills, no worries. Sounds great with the exhaust. Just a fun bike now. So I've had the bike now for about 3 weeks. This is about the 4th time I've ridden it. I did shoot a video while I was test riding it, but I forgot to rotate the camera around. I had the camera doing other stuff, so I had the lens rotated, and then when I put it back on the helmet I forgot to rotate it back to straight, so this is pretty much what I captured. Alright guys, what's going on? It's your mate Jay here, and I'm on a bike today. I'm doing a bit of a test ride on a 2006 Suzuki V-Strom. So not very good footage, as you can see, but that's okay. That's stuff happens, you know. Now from memory, well, I went once down, I think it was down here, and there was an old plane. So I'm just going to go down here and try and find it again. I want to get a photo with the new bike. I'm sure it's down this road. As soon as you come across it, you're just like, whoa! I'm certain this is the road. There it is. Look, look. Oh man, isn't that creepy? Oh dude, that's awesome. So there we have it. So how cool is this thing? There's another one there too, you can see. So the story goes it was a decommissioned plane. I forget the name of it, but basically the wings on either end fold up. It was going to get taken to scrap, and due to Liz on this property, he actually had it towed back here, whether or not they restore it or not. Who knows, but it's still pretty cool. Yep. I'll just go down the rest of this road and see what there is. So, apart from this bike that I bought, like I said, I hadn't even thought about these bikes till I saw it on Facebook. The bikes that I was mainly looking at were VFR 800s, cruisers as well, and I thought that a cruiser might be helpful with my knee because you're sort of stretched out, you're comfortable in your seat, but I wasn't spending much money, and the only ones I could have probably bought were Honda Shadow 750s or Kawasaki Vulcan 800s, which are all good bikes, you know, Suzuki Boulevard 800s as well, all great bikes, but the biggest concern I had was whether or not they'd be quite slow. I had second thoughts about it, and I think if you're that way about a bike, you probably shouldn't buy it. And then when this came up on Facebook, I thought it was like super cheap. Surely that can't be right, the price is too cheap for what it is. I thought these were still quite a few $1,000s more. And then when I researched them, it turns out that you know, they've had a bit of a hit in price, which is good for me because I'm a buyer, not a seller. The sitting position's not too bad. I'm just under 6 foot. I'm like 5'11", and I can just about flat foot it. So that was my biggest concern actually with this bike, seeing as though it is quite taller compared to my Super Sport. I was worried about being able to actually touch the ground, but once I sat on it I felt instantly comfortable. So yeah, so I don't really know what else to say about this bike. I mean, I'd like to do a bit more of a review on it in time. I don't think riding it 5 times is like justification for doing a review. But yeah, they're sort of my initial thoughts and what I want to do to the bike and why I bought the bike. Because I did say all the time that I would never sell the Gixxer, and money talks at the end of the day, and so does bad knees. Well, the way I see it is that life's too short to have just one type of bike and just have one bike in general. So I want to change it up a bit, you know, and try different things. And if you'd have said to me 12 months ago I would have been riding a V-Strom, I would have thought you were crazy. Oh, naughty boy. And it's double demerits too. When I said I bought this bike cheap, I paid $3,000. 06 model with 49,000 Ks, $3 grand. I did also think about buying a 1000 V-Strom 1000. Seats are a little bit higher, it's a little bit heavier as well, so I was a little bit concerned, but I'm glad I got this. I don't have any regrets. Certainly not looking for any extra power. Just want to add more Farkles to it now. Spend those doll hairs. See, as I'm standing up, I'm still leant forward a little bit. I'm not exactly straight. My arms are straight, but my back's leaned. So I'm almost looking over the instrument cluster. I'd like to actually be stood up straight, but that's alright. I'll work that out, whether it be new bars or some bar risers, I'll figure it out. Some downside to having long arms and long legs. Alright guys, so I might end it here. Have a Merry Christmas all, and I'll see you soon.